Hello everyone, hello. Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. I hope you can hear me. Welcome Anissa, welcome Haikyuu lover. So we have some Haikyuu lover, manga lover in here. So recommendation of the day is in chat. I will also add it as a top comment when the video will be processed. As always, I'm a little bit late, but you have to forgive me. We have some improvements to the setup. I got a new gimbal, so maybe in the future it will allow me to take better pictures. When does it open? When does it open? It will open soon because I don't have much to talk about before we go into unboxing, Anissa, but we'll go with the recommendation of the day as always. So as you can see, the title is Alphega, which suggests that it's some kind of combination of alpha and omega, so it's Omegaverse. I actually was thinking again what to recommend, and this one piqued my interest not so long ago because it's quite fresh. There are not too many chapters out at the moment. It's Korean manhwa, so this is the cover, promotional cover. It's based on a novel. I was the first person to watch. I'm very happy about that. So this is the picture. Those are two main characters. So main character actually is the guy laying down, and he is Alphega from the title because there's a twist to him. He is 99% alpha and 1% omega, whatever it means. And then we have this main lead who is also who is an alpha, and they live next to each other. And how usually with those story goes, it's nothing, I would say, groundbreaking, since the story goes around very rich families. Our main character is the fourth son, the youngest one, of very powerful Korean businessman. And as you can also suspect, in this kind of in Omegaverse, it's all about having an alpha heir, and the fourth child was actually the alpha. And there's this twist that he has this 1% of omega trait, so you know he's very scared about that, but only one person in his life noticed that something is quote-unquote wrong. It was another dominant omega when he was much younger, noticed some trace of sweet pheromones, because alphas are usually not so like into sweet scents. Their pheromones are not fruity, flowerish. They are more into wood, musky smells, stronger ones, and he exudes this alpha smell, but also there's this faint trace which only very dominant omegas or alphas could sense. Bro, open up quickly, I can wait. Okay, so our customer, our whatever. There's a saying in my language, but I don't remember it. So let's go. So we have many packages from Amazon. The pile grew bigger since I shared the teaser with all of you. So let's see what's in there. I don't exactly remember all of the titles, but there are some new ones, there are some continuations. Okay, so this one is actually Haberdashery Ginmo Kusei. Not very English naming. This story is about tailor. So the main character creates suits, handmade suits. I did not read it yet. I have the first volume. This is the second volume. The characters are very, very handsome, if you would like to call it like that. We'll open it and we'll dig a little deeper later so you can have a taste what's inside. Then we have the second package, which is very big and the content is not so big inside. So let's, okay, so it's already challenging. So maybe let's try to, okay, whatever. So the second title is Dashing Zadie, Volume 5, and the Icy Protégé by Fumito. I have 5 volumes. It's a funny story. I only had small glimpses inside, so also it's on my backlog when it comes to reading it. But I can see they get into some action because it was a slow burner, very shy, very awkward. But it looks like they are going at it, and it's 18 plus at the moment. So that's the volume 2, and the copy looks quite good, so nothing to complain, no need to send it back. Let's go. And also this one is by Kodansha printing company, and this one is by very cute one, which is Kuma. And Kuma usually release their mangas with book sleeve covers, so it's an interesting detail. Moving to the third one, which is quite heavy, so we are expecting something bigger, maybe something from 7 Seas Entertainment, because they usually have heavier titles. Welcome, Ruby. Okay, so I know what it is. It's a 4th volume of Tied to You. We had a conversation about this title before. I read a lot of this one. I think I'm still ahead of the 4th volume, although I stopped reading it and it's finished. The quality is not the greatest. It leaves a lot to ask for. And this one, it's for teens, so no mature content in there, so we can even do something like this without worrying about anything. First time ever seeing this live to someone showing manga. Okay. Not my first time, but welcome and enjoy. As I mentioned, we'll dig deeper in each of them after we open all of them. So then moving to the next one. You know, when you are commenting and showcasing things, you can go a little deeper without risking copyright restrictions, because it's a commentary, so you could even flip through the whole all pages, but there are some explicit scenes in some of those, so we are not doing that. Yeah, and also please remember to subscribe, like, comment. This helps a lot. Then, a few days ago, I noticed on Instagram that this was released. I cannot reach you. Again, I did not read it. I have all of the volumes. I really love the covers. They look very cute. It's a school life type of story. And slow burner when it comes to main characters. I Cannot Reach You by Mika. And it's also for teens, so no mature content, maybe some hands holding, kissing, but nothing, or if they go at it, it's not shown. It's just, maybe, a teaser and nothing beyond that. So this is also very, very cute one, and I really like the covers, especially when it comes to the cover, not number 6, not number 5, not number 4, number 3. Let me get it out. Okay, this one I really like. It's a Japanese maple, So also maybe that's why I like it. I really enjoy Japanese nature plants. I have some Japanese maples in my garden. So moving on, another big envelope for small content inside. And this is Sanctified, Lost Paradise. It's maybe not a side story, but the main story is like 4 volumes. Again, I did not read it. It has very good reviews, but it's quite expensive. So because of that, I prioritized different mangas in the recent weeks, although I have them open in one of the bookmarks, so whenever there's some price drop, and this one dropped in price quite heavily, so I took a chance and I bought it. Hi Coolover, I really love BL mangas, but I'm scared of my family's reaction. I can sympathize with you because I was also scared at the beginning. But we are past that phase, and also I'm a full-grown adult, so this is my own space. Although my family know about my hobby, they know about my live streams, and yeah, I talk with my family about them. Actually, I talked with my mother before this one. So I'm not saying you to tell your family or something like that, but your key to living freely is independence. So invest in yourself, build yourself up slowly, invest in education, and this will let you do whatever you like to do, even if you live in a very homophobic, repressive country. Unfortunately, money can let you build a wall around you, and you can do whatever you want in your small heaven, like place. There is another guy. I really love. Oh my God! You have Painter of the Night, Roses and Champagnes, and this one, Low Tide and Twilight. Yes, I have. I really like them. Ruby, or Rubikim 87. Also, my ongoing manga, Dangerous Convenience Store. Wow. Yeah, so there's a lot. It's over 500 volumes. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shelves, and now I'm moving to the right side because I'm running out of space on this side. Yeah, so those are classics, like many of those are classics, and like first in their genres, like Love is an Illusion in here, like this one was one of the first Omega verses. Then we have also one second. We have also Killing Stalking, which is very controversial one. And cherry on top, from what you cannot see on the left, which is also very interesting one and highly recommended, which is Aeneid. And interesting bit about this one is that hardcover is mature version and soft cover is not mature version, so there won't be any explicit scenes if in soft cover ones. Yeah, I also had one of the live stream for my Tokyo Pop, because above we have Tokyo Pop chapters, like full shelf. We only managed to go through half of it before my voice gave out, so there will be one more stream to finish Tokyo Pop. Full 7 shelves, love it. You also have Love is an Illusion and more. I might like to see your collection. Yeah, you can jump through my videos. Sometimes I show a little bit more of my collection. And afterwards, if you'll manage to stay to the end, I can also give a glimpse to what we have on the shelves. And I also have other mangas, not only BLs. So this is not only, and I also have because yaoi and hentai, you could call it, so male to female ones. So I enjoy different good stories, but mainly BLs. Okay, and there's the last package, which is quite thick, big boy. So moving to the last one. tidy up a little bit. And this one is sating the work. Sating? Is it sating? I don't know the word. Anyway, so I read this one actually. It's not a fairy story, it's some kind of hybrid story when there are humans with traits of animals. So this is also a popular genre in BL. And everywhere else, it's not only like Beastars, like there's this very popular manga when it comes, but they are fully animals, expressing some human traits. Here it's other way around, it's humans expressing some animal traits. Anyway, so this is also Omegaverse, so it's a cross hybrid between those two. The wolf is Omega and the rabbit is Alpha, so we have very petite, delicate top and more masculine, aggressive, showing bottom. Tokyo Pop, under the Love franchise. So, as we can imagine, rabbits are at the bottom of the chain and they are being bullied a lot in their environment. But then we have a situation where this wolf steps in for different reasons and everyone else is very judgmental. Also very popular trait, but our main character, who is Alpha Rabbit, protects the wolf, is not judgmental, takes some distance and give some space. Okay, so this is the next one, and we have the last one, which is a thick, heavy one. My bias is showing. I can imagine many people like this one. It's also very popular. I read this one. I finished it whole. It's done online. It's about idol and the fun. So bias, it's like the teacher, the bottom. I don't remember the names at this point. What are the names? Ciel is injured and in no position to get into position. So it's Aeon's turn to take the wheel. The high school teacher is ready and willing. So Aeon is the teacher. He has a secret crush on the idol. They film a drama at teacher's school, and by some coincidence, the teacher gets a role to play in this one, and they hook up on the way. So. Teacher is, trying to avoid at all costs to be discovered by the idol that he is into him. Let me open the book. So the foil, and the foil is a strong indicator about explicit content, so it's 18 plus. And it's one of more realistic BLs when it comes to body structure, body build. I don't think there's a third leg between legs with this one. So this is the volume 2, and maybe we will start the overview with this one. But before we do that, I will give you a overview of 2 ones. And which one do you like more? Is like the left cover or the right cover? I like the left one, although I'm not such a huge fan of pink tones. Those blue ones look a little bit better to me, although I like the coat of the idol on the left. Yeah, so that's how it looks like. This is the back side. And I will have to take a look what I can show you without getting into trouble with YouTube. I want to show you something a little spicy, but not too much. Anyway. Okay, this one looks nice. Cherry blossom behind. This is the friend of main character. The teacher is the main character in this story. And there are also misunderstandings regarding that, because the friend is also a part of the group. No, he's not a part of the group, but his boyfriend is a part of the group. So there's this some kind of correlation between and the partner of the friend was the boyfriend of the main lead. So the guy, the bias target. So we have the Prince Charming in here. And as you can see, a lot of cute merch out there. Korea and other like US countries are very blessed when it comes to those additions when you purchase mangas. They have cute slipcovers, bookmarks, or some, other merchandise when it comes to that. Yeah, this is the first page. I really like the left one. Yeah, both of them are very beautiful, I would say. It was a hard pick. And then moving to this one, let's go take a deeper look. So the art, the story is by Nabit and art is by Eol, so two different artists when it comes to the story and then to the art. So chapter 17, oh my god. You see, I got scared. In this one, you have lightsabers in English version because sometimes they do the full physique, but not in this case. When it comes to English prints, Japanese prints are more restricted, but in this one you have lightsabers. I'm trying to give you the whole overview of what you can expect inside because they are not cheap by any means. This Korean BLs printed by 7 Seas are usually not so cheap. So if it's important to you, then maybe you can pick something else. So I would say the second volume is like their honeymoon phase in the sense that everything is going fine before some drama strikes back. Yeah, so this is how they look like. The bottom guy is not very feminine. Of course, his build is more delicate, but it's not childlike. He is not female looking like. So in that sense, but the Korean authors are known for that. It's balanced in that sense. Yeah. So as you can see, the beginning of misunderstanding is starting. He thinks he's showing off because main lead is afraid that main character is having some kind of romance in behind, so he's marking his territory. And this is the guy who is the part of the group and is currently boyfriend of the friend, and they had some, relationship before. And now he enters the picture, so more misunderstanding on the way. So that's when it comes, my bias is showing. Then we will go through, we went through this one a little bit. So Noah, a wolf with no family, was banished from his beloved pack after presenting as an omega. While wandering alone in a village of herbivores, he meets Henry, a rabbit who lives alone with his little brothers. In a town where carnivores are feared, Henry bravely takes Noah in and offers him a job. When Noah accidentally goes into heat, it suddenly awakens Henry's alpha instincts. So that's the story. It was okay, like it's a fun read, nothing crazy. If you want to debrain yourself, this is the one to go. Debrain yourself, like if you don't want to think about anything serious or just relax and enjoy some sweet drama, then this is the one for you. I just read it because there were many of them and it was discounted, so I purchased it because I had it on my read list for purchase list for quite some time, because whenever I read something I also try to purchase it to support authors. Yeah, and then moving on to I Cannot Reach You, and here we can freely skim through it. So childhood best friends, two halves of a whole, Yamato and Kakeru. At long last, the pair are officially boyfriends. However, Kakeru can't quite get used to their new label, which only makes things even more awkward between them. Noticing his body's distress, the pro wingman Funji lends a hand, giving Kakeru tickets to the aquarium so he can go with his quote-unquote girlfriend. It seems like a fun little outing to Kakeru, until he and Yamato bump into their friends on the way home. Will the new couple have no choice but to come clean about their relationship? So struggle is real. As you can imagine, it's not easy. But it's not always not easy. For some people, it's not so bad. Oh, this is really nice picture. I really like this background image. Yeah, so I can just jump through this one because there's no nudity inside. So, to kiss you a whole lot. Such a tease. Such a naughty tease. Okay, so this is volume 8. I have to read it at some point. Let me open this one, which I won't even attempt to read the title again because it's a tongue bender or twister. And I'm not avatar of tongue bending, if you know the reference. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, a small sneak peek. Let me take off the sleeve because I don't want to damage it, and it's really good looking. So that's the beauty of those sleeves. They look nice, but they're not so practical when you want to keep the manga in pristine condition. So expect hotties in suits. If this is also what makes you click, get you going, this is something you will have in this one. Young master. So rich people, who can relate? Who can relate to rich people? Some drama. Some kissing, if you are interested how it looks like in this one. Yeah, and that would be it for this one. And this is the main character, this is the main lead, bottom top. The bottom guy inherited this shop from his grandfather, and he's trying to build the business up. And the other guy, by some coincidence, starts to help him with that, because like with Theo behind him, Ubuki finally begins to gain confidence and its newfound success. Yet soon disaster strikes. Anyway, moving to the next one, which is the dashing Zadi and his icy prodigy. There are other mangas in similar setup, I would say, and I'm looking for them. Where are they? Here they are on the right, which I shared on YouTube post quite recently, which is this. Maybe this is not the same, but it gives the same vibes. My new boss is Goofy, and there's also anime adaptation of this one. So if you like anime adaptations, then you can check it out. And Dashing Zadi is a little bit similar in that sense. It gives off the similar vibes. So this is like some kind of introduction to characters. Then we have some spicy scene, but no, there's no lightsaber, so it's very spicy, but nothing is shown above what we can show in here, because they still have underwear, so we are safe. But they look realistic when it comes to their, body. So there's some comedy in between. And would you look at that? When we are showing spicy scenes, the counter goes up when it comes to viewership. It's funny. What else? Yeah, so it looks like it's a lot of comedy in here, woven between the plot. And the goofy boss is in similar sense when it comes to comedy. There is also a lot of comedy. Yeah, so it's volume 5, so I don't want to spoil too much. They work in the same company. Moving on, so Sanctify will just go purely on what's inside when it comes to visuals, because it's connected to the series before. So there were 4 volumes out, and I hope to purchase them. It's an exorcist situation, so demons, exorcising things. We can go through a little bit together, because it's safe. If you have any questions, comment, please leave them in the chat. I will answer. So as you can see, there is a demon in there. So if you are into this kind of stories, a little bit of horror, a little bit of gore, that's something you will enjoy. Okay, then moving to the last one, which we talked about before. I think this one is in the worst condition. There's some bend in here, but overall I will keep it. I won't sand it. I will just push it a little bit in this direction and it will be good. So as I said, this is a safe story for everyone, so we can just go through this a little bit. It's a drama, it's a love triangle between 2 brothers and our main character. main character was in love in a younger brother, and still is to some extent. Then because of this plot device, which is a red ring, like there's a string connecting people. Hello, Fernan, how are you? There's a red ring which appears on a finger, and it connects two people with a red thread. That's why it's tied to you. And people fated to each other see it. And if they are not in a close proximity to each other, like they don't sleep with each other, but I don't mean have sex, but for example, they are not close to each other, then they cannot sleep, they have issues, they are tired, fatigued. And this happens to our main character and the older brother. But then when the older brother starts expressing more feelings to main character, then the younger brother starts to feel tingly inside, and that's how drama unfolds. I don't see a ring on his finger. Okay, so this is spoilers, so I won't be showing that because maybe you'll read it in the future. Yeah, but that's it for this one. So let's bring up everything together, what was delivered today, to sum it up. Sanctify, Dashing Zadi, Tied to You, volume, I cannot reach you, volume 8, and we have Sating the Wolf. So maybe Satisfying the Wolf, that's my pure guess. And the last one, which is in the book sleeve, so I need to be a little more gentle with it to not damage it. And when I read them, I don't open them fully to avoid creating creases on a spine. I know I'm crazy, but I want them to be in a good condition. So when I die and there will be a testament, someone will inherit them all. Yeah, so this is this one. Where I have the first volume of this one, Kuma. I have Kuma here. Okay, so this is the first and the second one. Yeah, and here, which one do you prefer? Is it like the right side or the left side? On the right we have a bottom, and on the left we have top. And this is the inheritor of the shop. Yeah, really nice looking covers and models. Yeah, so that's it when it comes to unboxing. Maybe you have any questions. If you have, then please ask and I will answer. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. And that's it. So I'll wait a minute. If you have any questions or you would like to see something, then I'll be more than happy to share. Momo, hello, how are you? How are you doing? You joined just when we are close to the end. But maybe you have questions. This is what we unboxed today. My bias is showing, Tied to You, Volume 4, Sanctify Lost Paradise, The Dashing Zadi and His Eyes Protege, Volume 5, I Cannot Reach You, Volume 8, Sating the Wolf, and whatever it's pronounced. It's tricky to pronounce this one. Okay. 1 minute. If there will be nothing else from present people, then we'll be finishing. Because today it was mostly about unboxing. I don't know if we will have another live this Friday. Maybe next time. Because I usually try to have like on Fridays or weekends lives related to some kind of topic, like overviewing. How many books do you have? Okay, so Momo, you managed to stay till the end, so let's do some magic for you. I have, let's say, over 500 titles when it comes to my collection, and this is like a small overview. I'm testing my gimbal at the moment. So as you can see, this is Tokyo Pop. Below we have Seven Seas Entertainment. Maybe bear with me, I will zoom out a little bit. So you have a better view. So going like down, we have, how was it called, like boxes, like whole series, and it's, as you can see, Dragon Ball Z, then we have Demon Slayer, we have Tokyo Ghoul, and then Tokyo Ghoul Re, and we have then Death Note. There below we have Kodansha, Square Enix, like My Sun's Gate, Cherry Magic, Hitorigime My Hero. So this is where I keep that. I also have Heartstopper, like if you watch the Netflix series, although it's based on this comic. There's also Cherry Blossom After Winter, very popular series. My boss is my online friend, something like that. Then moving up, we have June manga, like Twittering Birds Never Fly. Then we have section of more vintage mangas, which is like Junjo Romantica, Hybrid Child, Rose, Maid and Rose. So if you watched Holy Grails, you could see a lot of that. And there's some also Tokyo Pop bigger formats on off, and this new printing company Aloha. On the left I have Day Off, and I'm waiting for Day Off volume 2 and 3, or volume 2 only, which I was hoping it will come this time, but it did not. And then, as I mentioned, here we have, it's a little bit tilted because I have cable which kind of interferes with the gimbal from my microphone, but whatever. So then we have this what we already saw, and then moving up, it's Tokyo Pop smaller formats and Yen Press, like Hikaru, the Summer Hikaru Died. I don't know if you read it, but it's really cool. There are 3 chapters released every week. Haiku, Heartstopper, I love it. Yes, I also love it, although I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to read the 5th volume. New York, very old, very good BL, which I recommend to everyone. And then, of course, the Bean Counter, the Other Worlds, depends on the Bean Counter. Again, popular, one of my favorites. Sasaki and Miyano, everyone is crazy about. Also waiting for very special delivery when it comes to Sasaki and Miyano. Because I have volume 1 to 10, then I have this special stories book, and then we have Hiraguna and Kariguna, something like that. I did not read them, but I will read them. There is anime, which people really like. And moving more to the right of that side, maybe I could zoom or maybe not, but anyway. Then we have upper layer, which is Seven Seas Entertainment when it comes to small format, like from here, like Hate Me But Let Me Stay. Everyone again is crazy about this one. Delinquent Daddy and Tender Teacher is also a really good one. And then we have sublime. So this is sublime, like from the wall to here, and then on the top we have like given, we have the greatest love the greatest love story, something like that. And then we have his favorite, we have don't be cruel, we have black and white, we have blue morning, we have Yaroichi Beach Club. So they are stacked on each other. There are two rows on top. And then give me a second and I will give you the last glimpse, but I need to do a small cleanup in here. So 1 second. The pilot is breaking, but let's wait a second and I will show you a little more. I just need to clean the mess and you'll be able to see the second section where I also started to store my mangas because I'm running out of space. Okay, it's clean enough. So moving to the right side of this, when I'm going to have this all like your collection, Kusumu Topno. Someday, like, you know, it took me also some time to do it, and in the recent years the collection grew quite rapidly, so it wasn't always like that. So on the left in here we have Funko Pops at the top, then we have collector edition Nintendo Switches, and then we go again back to BLs. Like here we have Seven Seas Entertainment, some Tokyo Pop, some also, let's say, other genres like school life, like action, like we have Blue Exorcisto, Spy Family, Yakuza Fiance, some Death Note. Then we have Soul Eater, which is very now charting because of this Fire Force manga and anime. I also have that time I was reincarnated as a slime. Then we have Fire in His Fingertips, spicy non-BL one, and then at the bottom we have Berserk, we have Under the Oak Tree, some figures, some art books from games, and then we have Invincible comics, Superman, Son of Superman comics, and Aliens, because I really like Aliens. So I'm a big fan of Alien movie, Xenomorphs. And like one of my favorite covers when it comes to Alien comics is actually this one, if you are curious. Yeah, it's a queen. Xenomorph queen. But also, as I mentioned, I'm a gamer, so Diablo 4 released 2 days ago. So that was also interesting. Yeah, so that's it. There's another section of this collection, but it's related to Pokemons. But it's not for today. Maybe someday when people will be interested, I will show more of what I have in this room. It's basically a collector's room. And big part is my BL collection in here, but that's not everything. Okay, so if you have any questions, please like, subscribe, comment, and I will answer. Where is Blue Lock? I don't have Blue Lock. I heard about this one. It's non-BL, but I did not read it. I wasn't invested in that one. From non-BLs, what am I reading at the moment? And not romance related. Boruto a little bit, from my attachment to Naruto. What else? Do I read anything else at the moment? I don't have as much time as before, and I read a lot of BLs. So it also takes time when it comes to that. I was reading Jujutsu Kaisen until it was until it finished. So I have also a guidebook for season 1 when it comes to this. So Gojo, everyone's beloved Gojo, is somewhere in here. So that's the Jujutsu Kaisen. Also, there is a big rage at the moment. Maybe not so frequent rage, but Resident Evil, Leon Kennedy, Daddy. Everyone is thirsting for him. But this is art book from The Village, Resident 4. I have also special edition of this game. So there's our Ada, which everyone is suspecting they are married now, because creators confirm that he has a wedding ring, engagement ring, or a wedding ring on his finger at the end of this Resident Evil 9, or I don't know which one this was recently released, but they didn't mention who is the wife, or maybe it's a husband. You never know. Yeah, but it's most likely not happening. Let's not kid ourselves. And then I also have this art book, illustrator book for Naruto. There's one more, but this is, I think, the newer one. So Sasunaru, everyone was thirsting for that couple, and it's really amazing, like those illustrations, those graphics which you have inside. And I'm also looking for more art books when it comes to BLs. And with Sasaki and Miyano, this is like the special delivery which I'm waiting for. Maybe it will be an art book. So they're creating some stories when Minato was younger. So maybe this is something to look out for. Yeah, so now let's kiss. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Okay, do you have any other questions, or you have anything to add? Because I'm not sure what else could I show you today, unless... Oh yeah, maybe the second volume of Under the Oak Tree. It's very beautiful. It's thick, it's heavy, you could kill with it. So it's Riften and Maxi. You see, I remember the names, which doesn't happen often. You know, I also sometimes go through the Korean scanlations, so I have no way to understand anything in there. So at this point, it's just about who is this and how does it work. Not so much about the names, more about the dynamic. Yeah, this is Max, and this is Riften, and this is Maxi, and this is, what was his name, the mage? I don't remember. Yeah, it's a little bit toxic, maybe not a little bit, but a lot. The drama is here when it comes to online translations. And the last one, which I really, or the two ones, I don't know how many people knows this series, which is 07 Ghost. Taito-kun, I remember his name. It's been ages. There is an anime. There is it's Klaus, maybe. Other one, because I don't remember, but I know all of them, what they are doing and what is like their role in the story. She's the princess. They are, you know, shinigamis, death gods. This is his best friend reincarnated into this animal. Yeah, it was really nice. I really like this one. And I really like this one. When you would ask me, like, what's your favorite manga? Not BL mangas. I would say one of those. I would say, or this one, which is Magi. I really like this one. There's also anime. Maybe they will finish the story because the seasons did not cover everything. And there's also Blue Exorcist. I really like those two ones. Although Magi at some point became a fever dream, as I like to call it. I like to use this word quite often. And there's also another popular series by the same author when it comes to Magi, Shinbu Ohtaka. And you know, it's funny because we had this situation with Fire Force and Soul Eater where those two were connected, and art style is extremely similar when it comes to Magi and the other one, so maybe there will be also some plot twist that they are also connected with each other. So this is the Soul Eater, the perfect edition. I don't have all the volumes, but I hope I will have someday. And maybe they will remake Soul Eater and include everything what's in the manga. We'll see. Yeah, and the last one, it's Invincible. I don't know how many of you are into animated series, like cartoon animated series. So I also have some thick volumes of Invincible. I'm missing two. Maybe I will bring one out. Just need a second. Most recent one. I mean the last one, which actually is the last one, and the last one I have, which is Invincible Ultimate. As you can see, I'm into those Ultimate special thick cover editions. It's also very heavy. And I also prefer the animated version because they made some improvements to the story from the original story. So it's very hard, not hard, but rare case when the animated series is better than manga or comic. And I think with Invincible, especially when it comes to Debbie, Mark Mother, she was a good character in comic, but they made her even better in the show, and the voice acting is amazing. Anyway, any questions, any comments, please like, subscribe. I know I repeat myself, but it helps, and if I don't say it, it doesn't help. So I encourage you to do so. We are trying to reach 100,000 until the end of this year, which I don't believe is possible, but we will see. Dreaming is free. I will give another few minutes if you have any question, and then we'll be finishing. And the next stream will be most likely about reviewing one of my shelves, or continuing the Tokyo Pop shelf review because we did not finish it. Another unboxing. I need a salary and I also need to slow down a little bit with spending on those mangas because I am overspending. But yeah, so we'll need to gather some new titles to show you, so it will take some time, but hopefully you won't have to wait too long for that. Okay, that's now I'm going in circles. Okay, I don't see any comments, so thank you all for your time. Thank you all for your support. I see some familiar faces, and that makes me really happy. Some new reels are coming in the near future. I need to finish editing them, but yeah, that would be it. So I wish you a great rest of the day. It's middle of the week, so 2 more days and we have a weekend. So enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the recommendation of the day, which is Alphega, if I remember correctly the name, like a mix between alpha and omega. Yes, Alphega. So last glimpse of the cover, recommendation of the day. Let me know if you like it, if you liked it, or if you didn't like it. And that would be it. So thank you everyone, and have a lovely rest of the day. Bye bye.